Hello, everybody. Welcome to your channeled message for this week, and doing something a little bit different this week. Instead of the normal divine feminine archetype messages that are channeled from one of the 13 divine feminine, we're still doing archetypes, but we're looking at the shadow archetypes. So we have a particular archetype for today. There seems to be a lot of this happening in the people who I am being of service to at this point in time. So it seems fitting to give this shadow archetype some space to speak and to allow it to kind of come through. And it's interesting because the stuttering that I'm currently experiencing is, sorry, I can feel the discomfort and the fidgeting. Like I can feel the energy of this shadow archetype coursing kind of through me as I get ready and prepare to allow this energy to speak, because it can sometimes be a tough pill to swallow, but this is something that is for your highest good, and it is going to support you if you can stick with me and listen to the end and hear what needs to be done. And I'm going to actually include a little practice for you here today with this shadow archetype. So all right, I'm just going to take a second and just sort of settle myself, because there's a lot going on with this energy. So in the intuitive intelligence method, we work with 4 shadow archetypes: the child, the victim, the prostitute, and the saboteur. So the archetype that we're going to explore today initially is the victim. If anything else needs to come through, then obviously I'll allow that to take place. But initially, we're going to start with the victim shadow archetype. There is a lot of this going on at the moment, and I, quite frankly, in my human self, I've had enough of this. I'm sick of seeing this happen, and I'm on a bit of a mission to do this. So what I thought I might do is give this archetype some time and space to speak, so that those of you who need to hear parts or all of this message can actually receive it and to go forth. So let's begin. The victim. The victim is at large in your life when you are playing it safe, keeping yourself small and hidden, and doing your best to not rock the boat and upset the people in the world around you, known to you and those also who are not known to you. You are investing so much time and energy in keeping the people around you happy that you are miserable on the inside. And it is just not helpful. Your physical body is struggling to keep up with the weight and the heaviness of this burden that you have placed upon yourself. You are not a victim of your circumstances in having this victim archetype. This is a conscious choice. The victim archetype is one that says, oh, poor me, there's nothing I can do about this. I have no power. I have no choice. I have no say. There's nothing I can do about these circumstances. And that is simply not true. You have all the power. You have everything within you to change your circumstances if they are not right for you. What stops us from moving out of the shadow is our fear of upsetting others, our fear of disappointing people, our fear of saying the wrong thing, our fear of saying something that someone might not agree with. And these things, these fears, are a great excuse, a great reason to stay stuck in the shadow archetype of the victim and say, poor me, I'm in a shitty situation and there's nothing I can do about it. And that is not a place to hang out. That is not a place where you can evolve and your consciousness can grow and expand. That is absolutely not a conducive set of circumstances for your human self to evolve on this path, on this journey that you are here in this life to have. So what we have a look at here is the victim archetype. Any of the shadow archetypes always have a light form. They all have a light form. They've all got a beautiful balance. The light and dark, it's that beautiful balance, and it always exists. The light form of the victim archetype is the guardian of self-esteem. Now, this is something that is really, really important, especially for those of you who are on a spiritual path, or who you identify as a spiritual seeker or spiritually curious, because self-esteem, when it comes to moving into spirituality, is something that this current society and culture and the world that we live in really struggles with, because we have these beautiful nudges and we open up our intuition and we start to become co-creators of our life and work with the universe and create these things and try manifesting on for size. And we have these nudges of intuition and we ignore them when they don't feel comfortable or easy. And we pick and choose, and then we become, it's like we're taking a shopping list to the infinite, as my mentor Ricky Jane Adams says, and we simply cannot go to the infinite unified consciousness, God consciousness, whatever you want to call it, with a shopping list and say, these are the things that I want, and I'll do this and this and this, but I won't do that and that and that. Please create the best life that's possible for me. It simply doesn't happen that way. You have a comfort zone, and your comfort zone is not where you are designed to live. You are not meant to live there. You are meant to stretch you. And so your fears are actually your allies. And this is a paradox that's really, really interesting, because we could say things like, oh, you know, our fear keeps us safe. But, you know, when really we look at it, the things that we are often afraid of, if we get a little bit more detailed and we break it apart, perhaps it's actually our discernment that keeps us safe and keeps us from making poor decisions. And our fear is actually a friendly messenger. It's an ally, and it's knocking on our door very gently to say, here's where you need to go next. Here's where you next need to explore. Here's the next thing for you to go and meet, so that you can release it from your subconscious basement and become free of that and continue your evolution. But instead, what we do when we are afraid and we're living in this victim paradigm, in this shadow archetype, and the victim is the one that's driving things, is we say, oh no, I simply cannot do that. I can't do that. I have no, surely I can't actually change the reality of the days of my week and my month and my year. Surely I can't do all of that. I can manifest a car park, but I can't really create the actual life and the income and the habits and lifestyle that I want and desire. But really, who are you not to create that? Because if you subscribe to the belief that you are a divine piece of infinite consciousness, then you are one with all there is. There is only one energy, one consciousness. So if you subscribe to the thought that you are also that, then where does that leave us? You are that powerful. You absolutely have every ounce of power that the universe has right inside of you, because you are that. You are the universe. Please do not subscribe to this thought of false humility, to say, oh, who am I to create this or to do this or to be that? When in fact, perhaps ask yourself this: who are you not to do and be and say and act upon those things? Who are you not to do that? If you are creating a communion with the infinite, with the universe, with God consciousness, call it whatever you want to call it, if you are creating that communion and you are being guided to do something, who are you not to do that to which you are guided? Who are you not? We try to pretend that we are humble and no, but it is a false humility, and that is a complete disregard for our own infinite power. And this is what keeps women who run their own businesses stuck. It's this victim shadow archetype of stuckness. Excuse me. This stuckness is, oh, I can't possibly do that, or I can't dream that big, or I can't try that, or I can't put myself in that position because it means I'm going to have to take a risk. And I'm going to have to try something that feels really big and bold and brave. But really, who are you not to do that? You know you've got something big to do here in this world. You can feel it. You're called to it. There's a reason why you're watching this video. You have the calling coming at you, whether you can ignore it or avoid it, it'll continue on and it will keep coming. So why not try? Why not start now? Why not give it a go and test it out? Because the infinite does have your back. The universe is looking after you. We live in a benevolent universe that is always looking out for us, that has our best interests at heart. It is love. It is nothing but love. So why not try it? Allow your limited human self and your scared feelings of fucking it up and making a mistake and doing it wrong to melt away and just trust. Trust that knowing that you can feel, even if it's just an inkling or just a nudge, and just trust it and try it and see what happens. You can't stop bad things from happening. You cannot. That is part of this human 3D life. But you can absolutely choose what you do with the circumstances in which you are right now and in any given moment. The world could be falling around you. It could be crumbling. It could be complete and utter chaos. Yet you could still be a beautiful, high vibration of compassion and love. It is absolutely possible, but it is absolutely 100% a choice. So you have a choice here today. Are you going to stay in the shadow archetype of the victim, or are you going to move into the light form, which is the guardian of self-esteem? I know which one I'm choosing. So allow me to take you through a very simple practice. Go ahead now and close down your eyes if it's safe for you to do so. And take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And out with a sigh through your mouth. Letting go of all of the effort required to bring you to this point in your day. One more. And as you continue to breathe for the next few moments, breathing in self-esteem and exhaling that victim energy. Breathing in self-esteem and exhaling that victim energy. And continue that for a few more breaths. And then just placing 2 fingers or the palm of your hand at the center of your chest. Bring to mind something that brings you great joy, gratitude, compassion, freedom, abundance, all of those beautiful high vibrational feelings. Bring to mind something simple that allows you to feel those high vibration emotions. Once you've got that, allow yourself to feel that gratitude, feel that compassion, feel that appreciation, freedom, abundance, joy, whatever it may be. Give yourself over to this feeling state with your whole being. And just take a moment of silence to allow it to expand in you with as much focus as possible. And when you're ready, taking a nice deep breath in through the nose and letting it go. returning your hand back to your lap or wherever is comfortable and blinking open your eyes. Thank you for allowing me to have that energy move through and out today, because this victim archetype, this energy is something that I personally spent some time in myself, and it's time for us to release ourselves from the shackles that we have placed upon ourselves. And that is exactly what I've lived through. On the 23rd of July, I made a choice, of June, sorry, 23rd of June, I made a choice, I made a decision to no longer hang out in my victim archetype and to choose the light. And I can tell you that since then, my habits have changed, my patterns have changed, my behavior has changed, my attitude has changed, and my vibration has changed. And I made a simple choice to move out of victim and into self-esteem. I'm making more money, I'm having more fun, I'm more relaxed, I'm enjoying my time, I've got more abundance than I've had for what feels like forever, and I am just creating a life that I adore again. And it's absolutely possible, and it just takes a moment. And that simple practice at the end there is all it takes to choose a high vibrational state. Because when you are in those elevated emotions, that high vibrational state of compassion, freedom, gratitude, joy, abundance, whatever it might be, there's absolutely no space for scarcity, because it's not a vibrational match. They actually are vibrating at different speeds. So if you're in a beautiful high vibration, things like scarcity and fear, there's actually no space for that. So you can cultivate that high vibration at any point in time by doing heart coherence, which is the very quick version that I gave you at the end there. So please spend some time doing that. Please spend some time doing that and consciously choosing your vibration, because it's absolutely possible. And I speak from experience because I know what that's like, and it was not a fun couple of months, and I really didn't enjoy it. If you've been following my journey, you'll know what I've been talking about, because I am very open and honest in sharing that. And it made it really hard. It made it really hard to make money. It made it really hard to feel inspired. And as soon as I made that decision to choose the light, everything changed. So choose the light. Thank you for allowing me to do something a little different today, still archetypal, but slightly different to the channeled messages. Sorry, I dropped my phone off my lap. Slightly different to the channel messages that I usually do, but that energy needed to move through and to be spoken of. And I think that it's really potent and really powerful. So take from that what you need to. And I look forward to seeing you guys again really soon. Take care. Bye for now.